Hello and welcome back to Let's Play EU4 as Poland. In the last episode we just finished a war where we took 3 provinces from Hungary and gave them to our vassal Transylvania. Kind of wanted to take one myself, but I didn't realize that giving the occupation up to your vassal was irreversible, so we just had to give them all to Transylvania, but that's okay. It did mean that we didn't get any power projection apart from the declared war on Hungary. We would have gotten more for taking a province. I don't think it would have gotten us up past 50 anyway if we'd taken one province for ourselves, so it's probably not a big deal. We have our armies heading out there, yes. We are waiting here for our head of time penalty to go away, so we can get the next admin tech without wasting a bunch of points. We can probably now go ahead and get the next Diplo idea, which is +2 Diplo rep, which will be useful when we want to annex one of our vassals, which we probably want to do now, maybe. In the meantime, we can use some of this admin power to build some buildings. I think we might actually end up hitting the cap before we can get that tech without any penalty, so let's build temples and constables to use some of this excess admin power anyway. Who knows, maybe we'll get lucky and lose some stability to a random event and we'll be able to get rid of some that way. Okay, so lots of various rival type events. So I guess Wallachia got released from Hungary there. Not entirely sure when that happened. I wasn't really paying attention to it. Venice has taken some land, of course, extending their blue tendril into Hungary, Serbia there. We lost a claim on Breslau here in Bohemia. Was that our mission? Yeah, okay, well, I guess I'll just cancel this mission. We were, of course, trying to get into a war with Bohemia without Austria helping, but apparently that's impossible. You can't keep the Emperor out of HRE wars that way, which is unfortunate. Noble families feud. Violence among leading families within a state was never far from the surface. Often this instability would boil over into open conflict. The result was less than a full-blown civil war, but could immensely disturb the stability of a state. So we can get 6 noble regiments, 25 local autonomy in Belds, or lose 30 Diplo power. And I thought I was paused, but I wasn't. I guess we'll get the noble regiments, that's fine. We're going to lose a little bit of manpower fighting them, but that's fine. We can actually go in from here. Terrain is marsh, which I'm not quite sure how that affects combat. Lower combat width and -1 for attackers, okay. Well, we should be fine with our large numbers advantage anyway. Their general is better, which is unfortunate, but that's fine. Alright, we can... Actually, we are not quite at our force limit. Let's see what the composition of these is. This is like 13 and 3, and this is 9 and 3. Well, we can balance them out at least by sending 2 infantry regiments over here. Which is nice just for neatness, I suppose, if nothing else. I suppose I'll just wait on building any other units then. since it would make my stacks uneven, and we can't have that. So about integrating a vassal then. Our vassals, of course, are Transylvania, Moldavia, and the Teutonic Order up here. So, which would be the best to integrate? I'm thinking probably the Teutonic Order. They only border the Livonian Order up here, so there's not much to be gained by feeding provinces to them. We could just feed them to Lithuania. Whereas Transylvania can take provinces from Hungary, or maybe Bohemia or Wallachia. Moldavia can take them from Wallachia. Or the Ottomans. We do have a claim down here, remember? Though we probably won't go to war with them. You never know, though. So I think we'll integrate the Teutonic Order. We're already at a plus 190, even though they are hostile. Where is Annex? This will be done in June 1481, so 4 years or so, and it costs 230 Diplo power. That is fine, we'll get it going, and we should really use our other diplomats as well. Maybe we'll increase relations with our ally Austria. Sure. Seems like a reasonable thing to do. So integrating this vassal will, where are we? We'll free up a Diplo slot, so that's good. We'll be able to get another alliance or vassalize somebody else. Probably vassalizing somebody else would be a good idea. Maybe the Livonian Order. Do they have any nice cores or claims? No. We could still vassalize them, though. Or maybe Pomerania. Though that gets us into HRE wars. They have a lot of claims, though. Oh, we do still have a claim on Bohemia. Interestingly. We probably don't want to go to war with them, though. Because we'll have to go to war with Austria. If we can get them at a time when Austria won't come in, like they're in another war or something, maybe we'll do it. The rest of their allies are just tiny little HRE countries, which we don't care about. And Austria would also be... Oh, what am I doing here? Austria would also be automatically a co-belligerent, which means they would be able to call in their own allies, who are me, Brittany, Augsburg, and a lot of other small HRE guys. But they'd all add up anyway, even though they're very small. If you're fighting 10 tiny states in the HRE, that's still quite a lot of troops. So I wonder if perhaps the Livonian Order would be a good target. We don't have a CB on them. Austria would come in on our side. And so would Brandenburg of Bohemia, because they're in the coalition, of course. Our coalition. That might actually be a way to get Bohemia into a war without having Austria involved. So Austria would be on our side, so they definitely couldn't join on Bohemia's side. Alright. We'd have to manufacture some kind of CB, though. And we can, in fact, fabricate a claim, so let's do that. Let's go to speed 4 as well, while we're waiting for things to happen. And we can convert provinces to our religion. We could spend a very long time doing that, but let's not. So we have the mission to crush Bohemia, or become papal controller. Is that likely to happen? Probably not. We could... We're close to being able to gain 30 invested influence, which is... Actually, the most. Yeah, I don't think that's a good mission to take there. And our manpower needs to recover. Which, as I think I mentioned, I don't think I've ever successfully completed. Yeah, I'll just refrain from taking any missions for now. And let's spend some more of this money and Diplo points, or admin points rather. We can't build temples because we have them everywhere, so let's build constables. And that's all our money for now. So 2 years left ahead of time. Of course, because we're Eastern Tech, we have a higher... are we Eastern Tech? Yeah. We have a higher cap for admin power. We aren't capped at 999, it's 1198. That's why it's over 999. If you've never played as a nation that wasn't Western Tech before, as I didn't for a long time, I was kind of surprised by the fact that my monarch points could go over the number that I thought was the absolute cap for everybody. We now have a mission to improve relations with Bohemia. So let's see. Time to fabricate claims up or lose 50 Diplo power. Yeah, that's fine, I suppose. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I guess our mission's just changed. I was going to take the claim our rival's province mission. But it disappeared. England conquering a couple of provinces there in Ireland. Which they often do. I'm not sure if this nation was here at the start of the game or if they got released. Nobles demand recompensation. Oof, jeez. This is pretty gross. I guess I'll lose the 1 stability and the money rather than the 2 stability. Maybe I'll just lose the 2 and then immediately boost it again since we're pretty close to the admin cap. I think I'd rather lose the money and then go back up to 3 stability. Okay. We have gained the Conquest CB on the Livonian Order. Should we spend 191? Well, we're going to cap out, we may as well. Okay. Seems fine. So truces expire not until 1485, so if we wanted to take more land from Hungary, we're going to have to wait. Apparently Transylvania has finished coring 2 of these provinces. They're still working on this one. Alright, and we just have to wait until January now to get this tech. So, class of 1478, so we can gain 10 admin power, which we don't really need. Or gain 10 prestige. So let's gain the 10 prestige. That will help out, I suppose, with all these various things. Our force limit is actually up to 30 now. Let's build another cavalry for each of these stacks, where they can have 2 on each flank, which may or may not be optimal. I mean, you can find out which way is optimal if you know your exact combat width and where you're going to be fighting, all that kind of thing, but I tend not to worry about it too much as long as it's, you know, vaguely reasonable. I'm happy. Okay, we've actually had our army maintenance up at maximum this whole time, so let's lower that for a bit. And do need our manpower to recover as well. How are we doing for military tech? We're not ahead of time on that, so we probably want to tech up immediately. And oh, we're well ahead of where we can get Noble Republic, so let's go ahead and do that. And we can also get another idea group now, which I had decided I think I was going to take religious ideas, which will be pretty nice. Immediately we'll get a CB on neighboring heathens and heretics. So that applies, for instance, to any Orthodox countries around here, which there are certainly a few of, and definitely the Ottomans, if and when we border them. Will definitely apply to Muscovy if and when we border them too. So we can get we can't quite get the first idea yet, so we'll just wait for that, but it will also give us a stability cost decrease, which is good. It will be quite a while. I don't know where exactly the missionary strength idea is. That'll be +1 missionary. More stability cost modifier is nice. Yeah, so it's up to here before we get the increased missionary strength and can actually start converting our provinces. Then we get tolerance and papal influence, more yearly prestige, missionary strength versus heretics, which I believe would also count against our Orthodox provinces, though they'll probably be converted by the time we get that one. And then we get cheaper culture conversion, which is nice, I suppose. I think that might be a new one. I don't remember that being part of religious ideas before. Okay, so we'll see at the start of the next month who we get a CB against. Probably not anyone right now, I think. Oh, we get Cleansing of Heresy against Moldavia, our vassal, which probably not going to use. Spoilers. Military access from Sweden. Who are you at war with? The Livonian Order. Don't take land from the Livonian Order. I want to take land from the Livonian Order. Gonna ignore that request. Not that it will hinder them any at all, probably. Just out of spite. So we'll be done with the annexation here in 1481. Could we speed this up at all? Any chance we could get maybe a Diplo Rep advisor? Better relations over time. There is a Diplo Rep advisor, excellent. Yeah, I think I'd rather have that. Fort defense is not really good, but I don't want to pay for a level 2. So that speeded things up a bit here. Okay, noble families feud. I guess we'll do 6 noble regiments again. Okay, recall the diplomat. Which of these has my general? Where can we go in without a river? No terrain penalty this time, which is nice. So there is a mission to claim Breslau again, so I guess we'll do that. Since there is a chance we'll end up in war with Bohemia. assuming the coalition still exists when we eventually declare on the Livonian Order. Oh, and the Teutonic Order very helpfully has taken care of my rebels for me. Thank you. Shame you're not going to exist anymore pretty soon. But we are actually out of time for this episode, so I'm going to end it here. Thanks for watching, and join me again next time, where hopefully we'll get into a war with the Livonian Order up here maybe after we finished annexing the Teutonic Order. So thanks for watching.